Good afternoon, and welcome to the 133rd Commencement for Goldey-Beacom College. I'm Larry Eby, Executive Director of Institutional Advancement, and I'm pleased to present the participants in today's ceremony. Out of respect to our graduates and their guests, we request that you silence all cell phones and other electronic devices at this time. Again, we request that you turn off all such devices that may interfere with our guests' enjoyment of today's ceremony. Ladies and gentlemen, the administration of the college. Leading the procession, Charles Hammond, Vice President for Student Affairs and Athletics. Dr. Joel Warden, Associate Provost and English Professor. Allison Board White, Provost and Vice President for Academic Affairs. Christine Sanamoro, Executive Vice President. Dr. Javed Gilani, Trustee. Ursula Sharp, Trustee. Dr. Connie Winner, Trustee. And Dr. Colleen Perry Keith, President of Goldey-Beacom College.
You may be seated. Ladies and gentlemen, trustees, members of the faculty, staff, and administration, graduates, families, and friends, welcome to the annual commencement ceremonies at Goldey-Beacom College. Harry Stewart Goldey started our predecessor institution, the Wilmington Commercial College, 135 years ago in 1886. That makes this our 134th annual commencement ceremony. And we are especially delighted this year because all of you are here. It's been a long time coming, hasn't it? Thank you for coming back. Thank you for giving us this opportunity to honor you and celebrate your accomplishments. We were delighted when we decided that we could celebrate the classes of 2021 and 2020 over these 2 different days in 6 different ceremonies. And you are our 6th ceremony, and we are excited because you came back special for this. Not everybody can say that, so we're very excited about this. And you have completed your academic requirements under less than ideal circumstances, yet you completed those requirements and you earned your degrees, which speaks to your tenacity and your dedication and your determination, commendable traits to have. So graduates, we know that you've been looking forward to this day for a few years, and we salute you for your accomplishments and congratulate you on reaching this significant milestone in your academic career. Your achievement that we celebrate today validates your hard work and your diligence, the dreams and the sacrifices of your family and loved ones, and the college's confidence in your knowledge and your abilities. Be proud of the work you've completed, the goals you have reached, and the honors you've earned. We know, and I hope that you do too, that this commencement is just the start of more great things for you. These commencement ceremonies also mark our first graduates in 2 programs. Yesterday, we were pleased to have 6 graduates in our Master of Arts in Counseling Psychology program and 3 graduates in our Doctorate of Business Administration program. The 3 doctoral graduates, Sarah Smith, Diane Jones, and Kevin McAllister, have not only successfully completed their coursework, but they passed their qualifying exams and successfully defended their doctoral dissertations, representing original research in 3 fields. Dr. Smith's dissertation is entitled Effective Mentoring Programs in Public Accounting, a qualitative study identifying the impact of mentoring programs on turnover rates of women in the public accounting profession. Reverend Dr. Jones wrote on Perceptions of Digital Religion Across Digital Nativity, Gender, and Race in Philadelphia, Pennsylvania. And Dr. McAllister studied factors affecting performing arts attendance for African Americans in Delaware. 3 very different topics based on their unique experiences and interests that will serve to advance knowledge in their respective areas. Congratulations to our first doctoral graduates, and special congratulations and thanks to the faculty who guided them to that goal. I'm especially pleased to welcome Mr. Chris Burkhardt today as our commencement speaker, and I will tell you more about him in just a moment. And then one housekeeping detail. We have with us today professional photographers from Grad Images who will photograph the graduates as they were presented with their diploma. They'll also be in contact with our graduates with information on how to obtain those photos after the ceremony. I now ask, if you are able, if you will stand with me, face the flag, and join me in the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. You may now be seated. I'm delighted to introduce to you our commencement speaker, Mr. Chris Burkhardt. Mr. Burkhardt is the president and founder of Placers, one of the fastest growing staffing companies in Delaware, providing workforce solutions that enable organizations to advance their operations with next-level talent. Mr. Burkhardt followed in the steps of his father in founding Placers and has grown the company to its inclusion on the Inc. 5000 list of fastest-growing private companies. In recognition of his impact and achievements, Mr. Burkhardt was selected as Delaware's Small Business Person of the Year for 2020 by the U.S. Small Business Administration. He is a 4th-generation entrepreneur who approaches his work in a servant leader mode. I met him shortly after I arrived at Goldey-Beacom in the summer of 2019. Placers in GBC have had a long relationship for the benefit of our students. After meeting him, I started following his blog posts and his interviews on WDEL. I came to understand that he is not just a successful business person. He is someone who cares deeply about the human condition, cares deeply about his family, his employees, and the many clients who come through the door at Placers. He leads his company with a servant's heart. I was impressed that he believes in himself not out of any misplaced confidence, but because he knows himself well. He is settled in who he is, he engages in the pursuit of answers to questions he encounters, and that settledness results in confidence that allows him to stay the course as he pursues his mission in life. He has a clarity about his values, and I'm pretty sure those values will become clear to you as you hear his words. Mr. Burkhardt and his wife, Kim, are parents to Josh and Hallie and 2 Australian shepherds, Gracie and Ziggy. He resides in Lewis, Delaware, and we are pleased to welcome him here today via video. Please direct your attention to one of the screens in the gymnasium.
Thank you, President Keith, for your warm welcome. I'm so happy to be here today. I was honored when asked to be the commencement speaker for not just 1, but 2 graduating classes. Like many commencement speakers, my first thought was, what would I say? What could an old dude like me say to all of you that might be meaningful? It's my hope that I can add value to your lives by sharing some lessons I learned outside of the classroom. Before I proceed, I'd like to extend a heartfelt congratulations to you, the graduating classes of Goldey-Beacom College 2020 and 2021. Each of you has persevered to earn your degree during a global pandemic. Few graduating classes can say that. It's impressive to finish school, manage a career, and raise a family pre-COVID. COVID simply raised your level of difficulty, and hopefully it sweetened the accomplishment. This past year has been a great reset for many of us. We've had to rethink what matters most. And I know now we look back on how much of daily life we simply took for granted. Which makes me think that each of you has been presented with a unique opportunity. Unlike previous classes, you know that nothing is guaranteed. And that perspective of appreciation, respect, and gratitude can go a long way in a world that needs kindness and empathy now more than ever. I'm sure most of you would agree that graduating wouldn't have been possible without your support network. Be sure to thank those who supported you along the way, your family, your friends, and the faculty of Goldey-Beacom. Let me share a bit about why I'm here with you all today. I'm a Delawarean and a fourth-generation entrepreneur. I'm an expert in what I would call the workforce and workplace realities. This is all things jobs and careers, hiring and trends, and my family has a long history of being a coach to the workforce and being a consultant to our customers who need help finding and figuring out all of you talented employees. Placers has helped many Goldey-Beacom students with their next career move over the last 50 years. I once taught a human resources class at Goldey-Beacom, and I had a rule. If you're late, you sing. Not just any old song, but I'm a little teapot. I'm a little teapot, short and stout, that one. I'm sure many students thought I was crazy, maybe just as you do now. But by the end of the semester, I'm a little teapot was done Shakespeare in a dramatic style. It was turned into a rap song. It was even turned into a pop tune. There's lesson number one, be on time or you might have to sing. All jokes aside, my journey with Goldey-Beacom started over 15 years ago with my friend Pat Bueller. She asked me to share my business ideas and leadership story in Goldey-Beacom's classrooms and in entrepreneurial clubs. I would tell the truth, share insights, and much to my surprise, I kept being invited back again and again. Now, years later, I'd like to thank Dr. Bueller for her inspiration and support to so many in the Goldey community. She got me and many others in Delaware excited about what she was doing in her classroom, and in return, real business leaders and stories were shared with all of you. Best wishes to you, Pat, in your retirement. So what would your life be like if you had no limits? Imagine what you could achieve. And how ahead in life would you be? Imagine if you could close the gap between where you are and where you want to be. I would understand if you have doubts about this concept, but I can assure you it's why I'm here giving this talk. We are all knowledge workers in a knowledge economy, and this is much more than me being an entrepreneur who started a business from nothing, proclaiming that you can do anything you put your mind to. This is knowing that most of our reasons for not doing things are in our heads, and those reasons are reinforced by life and the ones that love and protect us. We grow up thinking and understanding that there's a governor in our life. Those who love us and those who teach us do so by protecting us, and they keep us from failing or falling down. This happens so much by the time you get to where you are in your life, there are nothing but limitations. The system teaches us not to take risks because there is security and comfort in the status quo. Yet taking risks, asking for the job, going for the promotion, doing things against the grain, getting uncomfortable, that's where the reward comes from. I'm not saying that those around us have failed you. They have loved and protected you for all the right reasons. We move within each expected step of life, achieve each advancement from grade to grade. We go from university to jobs and jobs to promotions without ever knowing who we are. It's critical to know who you are and what you stand for and what you want, as life is going to come at you fast and furious. And knowing who you are will make it much easier to deflect or fend off what isn't for you. And when you know yourself, it's abundantly clear when a situation fits you too. When we're young, we're cheered on by the world. every smile, step, word, or drawing. As we age, we start to hear the word no. No, you can't do this, or no, you can't do that. Our family, school, or employer think we should follow a particular path. Be sure the path you follow is the one you want. Don't let the world decide it for you. You might find yourself being the one saying no. You might want to go for the big job, but you tell yourself that you would never get it. Or you'd like to start your own business, but you tell yourself no because you don't have the necessary capital. Don't create barriers and limitations because it's safe. Take risks. You might fail, but you might also succeed, and it's better to risk and fail than never have tried. I know the last thing you want to hear on your graduation day is that you have one more assignment. But the one I'm about to give you should come naturally. It's a 3-part study of you. So how do you get started with the study of you? First, I would ask that you focus on simply learning about yourself. Daily life will present many opportunities and obstacles that will challenge you. Put in the time to get clear on who you are and what you want and need in life. This is hard stuff, especially when we are programmed to overschedule ourselves just to simply survive all of our life to-dos. We don't block our calendars to work on ourselves, even though spending time on yourself is an important investment. And few of us know how to do it. We just keep running, trying to keep up with life. So where can you begin? Block time. Ask yourself who you are. What do you stand for? What do you believe in? What are your values? Don't answer these questions based on what others think of you. What matters to you? I challenge you to spend an hour or a day on you. The next stop on the study of you is defining what success means to you. You've earned the degree, so what's next? At face value, the definition of success can feel pretty narrow. Growing up, many of us are told to be successful, we need to go to college, land a well-paying job, work up that ladder of success. You need raises, you need retirement, and then you retire with a big nest egg. If you notice, we're always chasing the next phase of life. We'll be happy when we get to the next level. I've spent most of my life planning and working to achieve my next goal, and then the next one, and so on. For a very long time, I believed the more I got done, the more I achieved, the more successful I was. Don't get me wrong, working hard helped me become good at what I do. I gained the gift of knowledge and expertise. I think I grew into a pretty good leader, and years of burning the midnight oil shaped me into the person I am today. Yet this approach came at a sacrifice of just about everything else in my life: family, friends, health, and hobbies. This part certainly did not make me happy. Ask yourself if success is simply a measure of how much you've accomplished in any given day, week, or month. Or is success a measure of how much money you make? Or is success chasing each job, promotion, or bonus? Defining success is incredibly personal. Just make sure that if your definition of success is the next rung up on the ladder, that you know what you will sacrifice along the way. This brings me to your next lesson in the study of you. Continue to learn and grow. Knowledge is powerful and it leads to results, and it builds confidence and self-esteem. Today's world needs knowledge workers. The pace of business is too fast for bosses to make all the decisions. The more you know, the more comfortable you will be making the decisions you'll need to make in life and in business. So if you remember only one thing, 1 year, 5 years, or 20 years from today, I want it to be this. Your life is going to be busy, and time will go by in a flash. Jobs, families, friends, birthday parties, and anniversaries will all rush on past. I'm asking you to think differently about yourself. Work on yourself. Know who you are. Know what you stand for, and most importantly, understand what makes you happy. And be clear on how you define success. And every now and again, ponder the question, what would my life be like if I had no limits? It's all in your head. Again, congratulations to the graduating classes of Goldey-Beacom College 2020 and 2021.
Graduates, it is now time for the conferring of degrees and the presentation of diplomas, recognizing the degrees you have earned at Goldey-Beacom College. The Board of Trustees, representing the official authority of the college, dating back to 1886, has authorized the President to confer degrees upon those candidates who have completed all requirements for each respective degree. Provost and Vice President, Mrs. Allison White, will ask you to stand as a group for the conferral of your degree and then be seated. After degrees have been conferred, we will then proceed with the awarding of your diplomas individually. Provost White, please present the candidates for graduation.
The faculty of the college has certified that the students graduating today have successfully completed all degree requirements for their respective degrees. Those graduates whose names appear in the commencement program who are not here today will receive their degrees in absentia. Will the candidates for the Master of Business Administration degree please stand? Here comes the good part. Madam President, these candidates have met the requirements for the Master of Business Administration degree.
I hereby confer upon you the Master of Business Administration degree with all appropriate honors, rights, privileges, and responsibilities. Congratulations.
You may be seated. Will the candidates for the Master of Management degree program please stand? Madam President, these candidates have met all requirements for the Master of Management degree.
I hereby confer upon you the Master of Management degree with all appropriate honors, rights, privileges, and responsibilities. Congratulations.
You may be seated. Will the candidates for the Master of Science in Finance program degree please stand? Madam President, these candidates have met all requirements for the Master of Science in Finance.
I hereby confer upon you the Master of Science in Finance degree with all appropriate honors, rights, privileges, and responsibilities. Congratulations.
You may be seated. Will the candidates for the Master of Science in Taxation degree please stand? Madam President, these candidates have met the requirements for the Master of Science in Taxation.
I hereby confer upon you the Master of Science in Taxation degree with all appropriate honors, rights, privileges, and responsibilities. Congratulations.
You may be seated. Thank you.
Ladies and gentlemen, you've been patiently seated to this point in the commencement service. Please, will you all join us in standing and giving these graduates a well-deserved round of applause. We will now proceed with the awarding of the diplomas. Graduates, you will now proceed in the traditional walk across the stage as your name is announced. At the end of your walk, President Keith will hand you your diploma. She will be assisted by, she is there, okay, good, by Vice Provost and Vice President White. Jonathan Charles Hooper, Master of Business Administration. Poppy Jordan Bignell, Master of Business Administration. Mona D. Perek, Master of Business Administration with a concentration in Healthcare Management. I got it. Yeah. Svetomira Doncheva Ivanova, Master of Science in Finance. Emily Page McFarland, Master of Business Administration, concentration in Healthcare Management. Zarif A. Goldsboro, Master of Business Administration, major in taxation. Sandra Wynette Baker, Master of Business Administration. Caitlin Rose Vandeveer, Master of Business Administration with a concentration in Healthcare Management. Maitri Vipul Meha, Master of Business Administration. Alexander Fleetwood, Master of Science in Finance. Joanne T. Schellinger, Post-Baccalaureate Certificate in Accounting. Madhumitha Reddy Kistamagari Nalab, Master of Business Administration with a concentration in Information Technology. Alexa Cora Calariso, Master of Business Administration with a concentration in Healthcare Management. Diana Marie Gatto, Master of Business Administration, concentration in Marketing Management. Elizabeth Terhune Finnemore, Master of Business Administration with a concentration in Human Resource Management. Luisa Dumke Dalla Rosa, Master of Management. Chriselle Renette Copper, Master of Business Administration with a concentration in Financial Management. Jingshui Chen, Master of Business Administration. Christina A. Hill, Master of Management. Isabella Noel Collar, Master of Management. Autumn Marie Keller, MBA, Marketing Management. Sherry L. Smith, Master of Business Administration. Titilope Adiyeba, Master of Business Administration with a concentration in Information Technology. Preet Kamal, Master of Business Administration with a concentration in Financial Management. Kiamuddin Muhammad, Master of Business Administration with a concentration in Financial Management. Vanita Dayalal Panchal, Master of Business Administration with a concentration in Healthcare Management. Dharaneja Padyala, MBA with a concentration in Information Technology. Ladies and gentlemen, please stand once again and give the graduates another well-deserved round of applause.
It's been a year coming, hasn't it? But at least we are done. Everybody looks so relieved now. Congratulations. Before we recess, I want to take a moment of privilege. This year at Goldey-Beacom, we said goodbye to 2 long-term employees as they retired. Jane Lyle retired in December after 38 years of service to the college. Then, as of the end of February, Emily Jackson Ilias retired after 48 years of service. We thank them for their decades of service to GBC and our students. Every student graduating today experienced the fine work of Ms. Lyle and Ms. Ilias. We're also saying goodbye to Billy Scott, who has been here for more than 30 years as well as a security officer. BJ was employed by the college for many years and is now employed by our security service, Allied Security. Thank you, BJ, for keeping us safe for so many years. I'm not seeing her around here. Otherwise, I'd point her out and totally embarrass her. But you will see her when you're leaving. Then, as we launch our graduates into the world, we're also saying goodbye to a long-term and beloved faculty member. Dr. Pat Bueller is retiring from full-time teaching after more than 30 years, and today marks her very last commencement ceremony. She will still be a part of Goldey-Beacom, however, as upon the recommendation of the faculty of the college, the executive leadership team has voted to honor Dr. Bueller with the title Professor Emeritus upon her retirement, an honor that carries with it the opportunity for her to still be involved in various ways at the college. Thank you, Dr. Bueller, for your many years of friendship and service to the mission of Goldey-Beacom College. I'm sure she's watching at home, too. And one final thank you. Events like Commencement are the result of many long hours of planning and arranging, setup and tear down, and no small amount of pulling one's hair out. This year, all of that was especially so as we planned for an outdoor event. We had a tent up, but predictions of wind, especially the wind yesterday, forced us to make a new decision, and thus all new planning and arranging and hair pulling. Paula Finnifrock and Beth Kirker led the commencement planning team, and Measy Foster leads the facilities team here at Goldey-Beacom. They, along with so many others, worked tirelessly to make all of the original and adjusted plans happen. They are also strategically placed around the perimeter of the room here. Will you join me in thanking them for making this happen? And now, before we recess, allow me to send you off with these words. May that which strengthens you sustain you. May that which lights your way ever guide you. May that which brings you happiness be always with you, and may love and peace never be a stranger to you. Congratulations, class of 2020, and thank you for coming back and giving us this opportunity to celebrate you.